So what do you guys offer? Just window tint or other stuff as well?
No, not just window tint. As of, I would say the last year to year and a half, we became dealers of most of your big name brands like WeatherTech, Rough Country, B&W Hitches, Trail Effects, basically any of your big box name brands and a lot of your small ones, we can get and supply for people.
Right.
As far as your accessories and whatnot go, we also install them. I have one of my guys who is typically the person that you talk to on the phone. You either get me or you get my guy Lou.
Dino, what are you doing? Get out of my seat.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Move with Matt. Today I'm here with Corey Nail, who's the owner of Loco Window Tint. So thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So how did you come up with the name Loco Window Tint? What does that mean?
So as one of your previous interviews, I'm a career fireman. He was with Frederick County. I'm with Loudoun. And back 2019 or so, maybe even 2018, I got switched to a schedule that I had a lot of time off, a lot more than normal people do. So with that, I would, find myself doing things outside of work that were kind of not cost effective, like going out to eat.
Yeah.
So decided to try my hand at window tinting, and I guess I was kind of half decent at it. And then the busier I got, I would start going to, firehouses or friends or whatever. And the joke kind of started that, hey, it's the Loco window tint guy. And I guess that's how I got it.
Right.
Kind of Loudoun County, like the Loco L Trail and whatnot. Doesn't necessarily stand for Loudoun County, but that's where it came from, is me being a Loudoun County firefighter.
Right.
Started as a joke and kind of just stuck. And it was time to figure out an actual business name for, formalities.
Yep.
That's what we used. So
Yeah, it works.
That's
It's
where it
catchy.
came from. Yep.
And did you come up with the design yourself, or did you have somebody create that?
So the only thing I wanted was a cursive-esque L in the beginning. I don't know why I have a fascination with that letter in cursive, but no, Chuck that used to own Advanced Graphics.
Yeah.
He's the one that created it. He did, before he sold, he did all of our shirts and business cards and advertising and all that. And he's the one that did it. So.
And do you feel like you have to advertise a lot, or is it like word of mouth at this point?
So we don't actually really pay for much advertising. We're very lucky in that aspect. If I do advertise, typically we'll sponsor schools, or we'll sponsor like AAU teams, or we'll do raffles or what have you, things like that. I do like to, if there's a certain kid that needs help with something, or fundraisers, we do like doing those more than anything. I don't really pay for like ads though, per se.
Right, yeah.
With that though, I would say not only myself, I'm a talker, so I tend to make friends everywhere, or try to. My other installer, Timmy, most people know him from where he previously worked. When he came to me a couple years ago, he brought a major clientele as well. So when you kind of combine the two of us,
Right, yeah.
we have a very good and supportive and loyal client base.
Right.
So I can't say that it's necessarily him or myself, or, Lou or whoever that works with me, that makes it to where we don't have to advertise, but we have a very supportive client base that spreads the word very well.
Yeah.
So I would definitely give it to them more than, being the reason we don't have to advertise. So
Right.
Yeah.
And I think in general, like once you start doing a good job at something for people, I mean, the word's going to spread. Or like
Yeah.
Facebook, what's happening in Winchester, Frederick County, people probably tag you all the time, and you don't really have much competition, do you?
So there are some other shops here in town. There are a couple mobile people around that, go to you. I did that before, and it wasn't a bad thing. That's kind of a niche thing, I would say. But I got so busy to the point where I needed a shop to put tools in, I needed a shop to put cars in, I needed a shop that I could do more than, 2 or 3 cars a day.
Right.
Because I was spending so much time traveling to and from. But yes, Facebook, I actually didn't have it for years. And then finally someone talked me into getting it for referral work.
Right, yeah.
And Facebook definitely helped. Facebook definitely helped a lot. Google definitely helps
Yeah.
once you start getting the, people reviewing you. had to do the website and all that too. Obviously, eventually now my website by no means is spectacular.
Right.
It is just
Yeah.
kind of there to bring you to the Google.
Yeah.
But no, Facebook is good. We do have competition. I like to make friends with them more than anything. There's one actually within a quarter mile from us that, we talk, I don't want to say regularly, but we talk multiple times throughout the year,
Right.
not good or bad. And I can certainly tell you, I've referred stuff to him if I can't handle it in a certain time frame, and he's sent stuff my way. There are some other people that are what we call fly-by-night type people that might be like I used to, where I did it on my days off. But, we've tried to perfect the professionalism. Not that we're, businessmen by any means, but we've tried to perfect it to where we're known for Loco window tinting, not me, because of the work we put out and the team we have. So,
Right.
yep.
So you have people coming to you with like the big bubbles in the windows and stuff, and you're just like, oh, I can fix this for you.
We do. There are certain things that come along with that. It's not always as easy as just pulling it off, and it's not as quick as people think it is or painless. I can tell you, I've learned the hard way with wife and kids to not try and promise people work. Was it 2 or 3 Thanksgivings ago? I ended up working on a car because same situation, bubbles everywhere. The film was failing and all that good stuff. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll get it done.
Right.
I did not know what I was getting myself into with that particular car. Unfortunately, needed delivered back to the client before a certain time, which was the day after Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah.
And it wasn't done. So I was working on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I've worked on just about every holiday, but that was, we do deal with that. We deal with that a lot. I will say we are one of the only shops that willingly accept almost all jobs that look like that. We try to lay a standard with customers to be upfront and honest with them as, hey, here's what you have, here's our process, here's what an acceptable end result would be. Obviously, we strive for a perfect end result. Doesn't mean it's always gonna be that way, but we can obviously get it to the point where if we're gonna send it out of the shop, knock on wood, 99% of the time, the customer's gonna be happy with it. But it's where warranty comes in. If for some reason it does not dry right or something does not look right, you bring it back and it's fixed.
Right.
So we do that, and we do just about everything you think of with windows.
Right.
So
yeah. So what do you guys offer? Just window tint or other stuff as well?
no, not just window tint. As of, I would say, the last year to year and a half, we became dealers of most of your big name brands like WeatherTech, Rough Country, B&W Hitches, Trail Effects, basically any of your big box name brands and a lot of your small ones, we can get and supply for people. As far as your accessories and whatnot go, we also install them. I have one of my guys who is typically the person that you talk to on the phone. You either get me or you get my guy Lou. When you call or text. And when it comes to something away from window tint, like your tonneau covers, your leveling kits, your things like that, you're going to talk to Lou. He's been around it. He's worked for a number of shops, both installing and selling it, so he can give you accurate answers on what can be done. He can give you accurate pricing on what can be done, accurate install times.
Yeah.
And he won't try to pull your chain and just sell you something.
Right.
Whereas me, yes, I know most of the accessories, but I haven't installed them my whole life, where he's been in mechanic shops and accessory shops for his adult life.
Right.
So, we don't do just window tint. It's kind of everything accessory related.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is if we get into like big lifts or huge customizations or your really one-off stereo systems, do we have the skill set to do it? Yes. Do we necessarily have the time or the space? Not always. So we also work and refer with specialty shops around the area to get people what they need if we can't handle it. So
you're doing like, if I come in, I want a 4-inch lift on like an old Jeep, you'll mount and balance the tires, put the lift on, everything?
Yep. So we do not do the mounting and balancing in-house, but we have it worked out with shops literally within a stone's throw from us that we can either take your wheels and tires down there, get them mounted and balanced, or say you bring us a set that's already mount balanced because you order them from name the website. We can install them.
Right.
We can install the lift for you, a leveling kit, whatever, and then we can take it to shops right down the road, and they can, align everything, rebalance anything that needs to be rebalanced. Say your tires didn't come balanced well, or something like that, because it does happen. So we do work with numerous shops around the area to make sure we can deliver what we say we can deliver. So.
Right. And you're still a full-time firefighter, right?
I am. I got off this morning at left the firehouse about 5:30. So
Did you sleep at all? Or?
actually, I got lucky last night. We slept all night after about 11 o'clock.
So you're working 24-hour shifts, and if there's no calls, you're sleeping.
Yes, which doesn't happen much in my firehouse. I'm dead center Ashburn, so we do not sleep very often.
So you'll go like a 24-hour shift, and you're just up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had a short break from work over the weekend, and that was much needed because the shifts prior to that, I would say the past 4 to 5 shifts, I've maybe gotten to lay down for a total of 3 to 4 hours in a 24-hour time span, running, whether it's your EMS calls or fires or whatever. We've been up just about all night, most nights, and even if it's only a couple calls or a handful of calls throughout the night, if they come in spaced just right, it keeps you up all night, because by the time you get back, you're awake from hearing lights and sirens down the road or doing what you need to do, and you come back and it's time to woo-saw, and you kind of calm down and the alarms go off again. So you're back out the door. So,
wow.
Yep.
But, that's got to be exhausting. Like, you ever ended a shift and you're like, I just need to stay here and sleep because I can't drive?
Yes, I've also pulled off on the side of the road to take naps. I don't like doing it. My wife is going to kill me for admitting it online, but she's actually kind of picky on what vehicles I drive because of that. She lets me do what I want with vehicles, but she has safety features that she makes me have because that. Yeah. There are days where it's very hard to make it home, but caffeine will get you far.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So how do you balance like work life with the firefighting, family life, and being an entrepreneur? Is that difficult?
I have a really good wife by my side. She's very understanding. That, granted, if it weren't for her, when we first started dating is when I tried window tinting, and her car was the first car that I ever tried to do. Practiced on it, did whatever. At the time, she worked at a dealership, and she took the car to work.
Right.
One person saw it, the next person saw it, and that's actually where things kind of started developing, was there. And then, of course, her and I being in the puppy love stage at that time, she's like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend does window tint or whatever. Right. And then, obviously, as we grew and our relationship and our life grew, so did the business. Well, she's dealt with the good, the bad, the indifferent with it. She's heard the phone ring at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for window tint, and believe me, it happens. Don't know why, but it does.
Yeah.
Granted, I'll take that versus no phone calls.
Right.
But she's also dealt with me leaving on Super Bowl night, mid Super Bowl, because I have a client that said they had an issue, and I get there and drove 30 minutes to a client's house to make sure they were taken care of, and I get there and there was nothing wrong with the car. It just the film needed to dry or whatever. Yeah. So, she's seen all that, and if it weren't for her, I don't think there'd really be a work-life balance. It would just be work, and work balance. Because I tend to work too much sometimes. But having her by my side and her kind of like tell me, hey, dude, you need to back off a little bit. That she's the one that kind of forces it. So
yeah, I think a lot of entrepreneurs deal with that. You have to realize like there's probably no emergencies in a lot of these businesses.
Yep.
I'd say especially window tint.
Yep.
There's no emergencies. They can wait till Monday. Type thing.
You would like to think so. I left a birthday party Sunday to go take care of. We did a dash cam for somebody, and everything went just fine. There's really no issue. It happened to be a friend that we did a dash cam for, and there was, I don't even remember what it was. There was like a rubber grommet or something like that was just sitting funny.
Yeah.
But it was calling for rain. And I guess what had happened was he opened his trunk and he was kind of cleaning the vehicle for his father before his father came to pick it up, who has been out of town for a couple weeks. He hit the grommet and kind of like pulled it, and he couldn't get it back in. Well, because we just did the install for him, he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Although, yes, it might have been something that he did. I left a birthday party Sunday to go take care of it, come back 30 minutes, whatever. So
Yeah, no big deal.
yeah. So no, there's really no emergencies with window tint, but unfortunately when you're the one people talk to and you're the face of it.
Right, yeah, you want to keep everybody happy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hold up, before we jump back into the episode, let's hear a quick word from yours truly. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Virginia or West Virginia, I'm ready to help you make that move. Whether it's finding your forever home or looking to sell, I've got the experience and the visibility you need. Check the description below for the best way to reach out to me, and now let's get back to the episode.
And you guys moved from a smaller shop to your new shop, right?
We did.
So how's that growth been?
Great. We need a bigger shop again. So it's when we were on the Baker Lane shop, which was actually where we did the first dyno video, it did what we needed to do. We had 2 bays. One was pretty much a single car bay. Another one we could stack 2, possibly 3 small vehicles in, but it'd be really tight.
Yeah.
And the waiting area was there, but it wasn't pretty. Wasn't good aesthetically. It wasn't real welcoming.
Yeah.
And there was by no means no room for any advertisement material like we have now. But it got the job done. So we were there, and behind us, Chris Jennings was building the shop that we're in now, and we saw, we're like, man, that's good right there.
Right,
Big. We can fit. We have 14 by 18 doors, so we can fit basically anything we need to in there. We got in the first day we were in there. We had a tractor trailer and like a chassis cab F550, and it was great.
Right.
And now the busier we get, the more we're like, we should have taken both sides of this building, but we can't right now. Obviously. Obviously, there's someone next to us, so we can't just take it from them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's budgets and things like that, so we're still not quite ready to have that much full time, but we could use it. So but yeah, so now we're in that, and it's great. Air conditioning, nice, pretty waiting room, nice, clean bathrooms, both for us and customers. There's an office where Lou can do his thing and, be away from clients. They don't have to necessarily watch him click-clacking on the computer.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's a door that's, got a nice window in it where we can shut it, obviously, so they don't hear us jabber-jawing back there, but they can see what we're doing if they want to. We don't necessarily let clients back there just simply because there's tools, there's knives, there's heat guns, and heaven forbid they fall into someone else's car or whatever. So, so it's good. We love the new shop. We just wish we had a little bit more space some days.
Right.
But if that's the worst thing we're dealing with, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So, Yep.
And are you doing like payroll, accounting, all that stuff, or do you have somebody to do that for you?
So accounting, I don't touch. I deal with a company called De Leon and Stang out of Leesburg. And then actually a girl that graduated a year ahead of me, I think, is when Hannah graduated. She's like, if I have a question business related as far as money or taxes or how to, she can answer it right on the spot. Hannah's been awesome since I've got to the point of I can't handle the paperwork money portion.
Right, yeah.
And they've also, not only her, but the people she works with have been phenomenal. They have basically guided me through the steps of being you start out as a sole proprietor, you move to LLC, you maybe surpass that, and what's the next step? Both for yourself and for Uncle Sam, obviously.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Gotta take his share.
Yeah. So that's who we pay. They're great. They do absolutely anything, and if there's something that I can't do, I could be like, hey, I need this done by tomorrow, and they'll figure out a way to get it done.
Right.
Try not to do that to them, but I certainly have, and they're great. So.
Right. And I'm sure when people come in, you always have the awkward conversation. You have to tell them, like, there are legal limits to the window tint.
Yes.
And everybody's like, I want it blacked out. Like, I don't want you to be able to see through. How do you handle that?
It's a hard question because I don't want to necessarily incriminate myself or clients, but we rarely do legal window film. I'll be honest with you. If there's a shop in this area or in Virginia in general, and they tell you that they do nothing but legal window film, they would be bold-faced lying, because no one with the standards of film like it.
Right.
And we have to make a living, so I'm not going to send it to the next guy to do.
Yeah.
Now that being said, we are very upfront with people. Hey, here's what you can be pulled over for. Here's what's legal. Here's what's not. And it's not like a speeding ticket, so it's not like, oh, you're only 1% under. It's only a couple dollar fine. It's you're either illegal or you're not. Here's what you have to do. Here's what fails inspection. Here's what gets you ticketed. You know, we can guide them the best that we can.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if they want it, that's what we'll do. The only people that we have certain very strict rules on are teen drivers. I don't know if it's because I have daughters. I don't know if it's because I have young sisters, or maybe it's, you know, Timmy and Lou both have young kids as well that are still home and either drive or, you know, will be driving within a handful of years. We do not let teen drivers go below that legal limit. If we do, it's a very, very, very rare occasion, and it's one of those things where it's not talking to the parents on the phone about it. It's parents are coming in, parents are going to see it, parents are going to sign off on it, and parents are liable for it. Most of the time, parents want them within that legal range once we talk to them and we explain everything, and they completely understand.
So, like on your end, you guys can put on whatever, really, but then
For the most part.
it's up to the customer to follow the law.
Yes, for the most part. Now, that being said, that's why we inform the customer as best we can, you know, because they can obviously see my truck's a perfect example. There's really not much legal about my truck when it comes to it. Is it a safe truck? Does it pass inspection? Sure, for safety reasons, not for window tint. But I know that, you know, I'm at risk of, if I'm driving like a dummy down the road, I get pulled over, I can get ticketed.
Right.
So once we kind of show people stuff, we explain to them the differences, and we make sure they're informed, we can talk them into a safe realm. And that's the big thing we try to do is, hey, it might look really cool if you go extremely dark, but you got to think, if you're driving down a back road at night and there are no lights anywhere, you kind of want to see where you're going. So we try to explain the best we can, where we keep people safe. We give them the look that they want, or the function, if they, you know, are doing it not necessarily for the aesthetics, but for reason, whether skin conditions or whatever. You know, inform them as best we can and help them make a decision. So yep.
And do you guys have like a 5-10 year vision for the business, or is it kind of just coming so fast you're just keeping up?
Yeah, a little bit of both. In reality, at some point, I would need to be a little bit more hands off with the installs, and that's simply because there's so much going on with, you know, whether it's admin work or, like you're saying, accounting or payroll. I do payroll.
Right.
It's a really good system I use for it. Makes it easy, but you know, sales tax reporting and you name it, or just customers in general, we tend to get bombarded all at one time, which is great, but Lou can only handle so many people up front at once and actually be attentive to them. So eventually I would like to see myself back off a little bit. We are teaching one of the guys that works for me right now to window tint. It's a slow process. He's very young, but he's green, so he doesn't have any quote unquote bad habits.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm also not the world's greatest teacher. That's why I didn't go into teaching. So it's, you know, trying to figure out how myself or Timmy can mesh with him and teach him.
Yeah.
But if he could learn both of our good habits and see how we both window tint, because we both tint completely different for the most part, he'd be a phenomenal window tinter.
Right. Yeah.
It's just figuring out how to get it from our brains to his.
I mean, it's an art, kind of. Is it either you got it or you don't? At some point, do you realize, like, there's no way they can't do this?
I'm sure there will be someone along the lines that we teach that, or, you know, have work with us that it's like, hey, it's not necessary for you. I don't think it's something that that people just couldn't do. I think what keeps people from doing it if they try it is it is very nerve-wracking when you're learning. It will drive you up a wall and it will stress you the heck out. Especially when you're learning on someone's car that I won't let people learn on cars that are six figures. But,
Yeah.
you know, when we have, even if it's a new Honda Civic, you know, they're by no means cheap anymore. So, yes, I need to have DJ learn,
Right.
but I also can't have Bob's Honda hurt. So,
Right. Yeah.
unfortunately, our vehicles, my personal vehicles, become
Right.
test dummies sometimes.
Yeah. I want to say, can you get like old scrap vehicles or something to somebody would donate to you?
We could. We could for certain things, or like you can buy, you know, say a door or a trunk hatch or just, you know, piece of glass or window or whatever. You can do that and it's good for certain things. I don't like it simply because it's not 100% accurate when it comes to teaching. And I mean that because of the way people keep cars. Like my truck's not perfect. I'm in a window tint business, but I'm in my truck a lot and I don't feel like cleaning it every day.
Right.
So is it filthy? No. But you're going to have to work with people's, you know, changing doors, or they might have had their Husky in it the day prior, or, you know, vice versa. If you get a junkyard car and you try to work on it, it's just going to be absurdly filthy and you're never going to get to look good
Right.
anyway. So you can't get an accurate, you know, gauge on, hey, how's this person doing?
Right.
So unfortunately, it's my car that gets worked on if I need to test
Yeah.
something. So he did my sunroof the other day, and DJ's certainly learning. He's picking up some really good things. We got to work on some things, but you know,
Right, yeah.
he's new. He's only been with us for a couple weeks, and for the most part, unless it's something small, he's prepping cars, he's cleaning cars. He did come from a dealership before.
Yeah.
So as far as the cleaning and prepping goes, I can't ask for
Right.
much more. That
Yeah.
is at this time of year, that's very helpful.
Yeah.
So
You gotta. I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
you do, and we're pumping out cars as quick as we can get them in the door at this point, with the warm weather coming. So even having him do that or shuffle cars around or whatever is more helpful than what I'm sure he realizes.
Yeah.
I know it seems like a small task, but it helps a lot. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the average person's like me. I look at the film on the window and I'm like, how do you not see like the lines on the edges? How does it all get tucked underneath everything?
Yeah, and that's one of the a lot of people. There's I feel like there's two different people. There's the people that are like, dude, it is just window tint. It can't be that hard. And some cars I could probably teach you within 10 minutes to do a good portion of it to a certain degree.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's the other, you know, people that are like you that might look at the little details. And that's where the difference of, like I was saying, Timmy tints one way. He was taught by a very old, I don't want to say old school, but old school style tinter. I figured it out on my own with YouTube University and
Right,
you know, a little
yeah.
bit of teaching here and there, where I don't always pull cars apart to get things tucked. You have tools that can kind of help move seals, pull seals away, do whatever. Timmy, on the other hand, I've seen him rip apart over $250,000 vehicle in my shop, and I'm sitting there sweating bullets, and I decide to walk out while he's doing it because
Yeah.
that's just not how I learned to tint. Now,
Right.
granted, he obviously knows what he's doing, but he's been doing it for over 20
Right.
years, and
Yeah.
he can tell you probably on any vehicle you ask him exactly where things are, exactly how they come apart, exactly how they go back together. And he is a wealth of knowledge with it. So when it comes to things like that,
Right.
you got it, Timmy.
Yeah.
You know?
So you got to keep him on board.
Yeah. Timmy is, he's taught me a lot since we started working together, and that's where we make a really good team. You know, this Loco Window Tint without Timmy, without Lou, now DJ, like I said, my wife, it would not be where it's at without them. Like that is
Right.
by no means, you know, short of the truth, because they do a lot for me and they all treat me very well.
Right.
As far as, you know, the business side of things go, I can rely on them for anything.
Yeah.
So
And I'm sure you learn it. Like being an entrepreneur, you don't have to be good at everything. You have to
No.
be more of a person that can get the pieces that you're not good at and realize I'm not good at that and I'm not going to do that.
yeah, and that's where we typically know if a car comes in the door. Timmy and I have been doing this together for a couple years now. Timmy knows certain cars that come in the door, he's probably going to do a portion of them, and I'll probably do a portion of them. Or Another car comes in the door, I might do the whole thing, or he might do the whole thing. And then obviously when it comes to accessories and whatnot, if we get a guy that comes in, it's like, hey man, I want a bed cover. Could I install it? Yeah. It just might take me 3 times the length that it takes Lou, where Lou can get it squared up, installed, leak free, ready to go in an hour, hour and a half for you. So I can't be perfect at everything. I can't be good at everything. I can't know everything.
No, you just
I just need to make sure that my guys are taken care of so they can do their job.
you're kind of just like the conductor of everything. You're like,
we'll go with that. Yeah.
You got a piece here, you got a piece here, and just make sure it all flows.
Yeah. And that's where one of the areas where I'm really lucky. My rule with everything, and you can ask my guys what my number one rule is I don't want to be a boss. If I have to be a boss, it's not a good day. Knock on wood, that doesn't really happen very much.
Right.
You know, yes, we are all adult males, so maybe sometimes we have to kind of step back and say, hey, let's stop goofing off a little bit, or you know, hey, we kind of have to tighten things up a little bit, because we are, for the most part, we're all friends too. At this point. But they make it to where I don't have to be the quote unquote boss for the most part. That's my number one rule. Don't make me be a boss.
Yeah, you don't want to have to fire somebody or.
No, been there, done that. Don't like to do it. Made me feel terrible. Or makes me feel terrible if and when that did happen or does happen. Hate doing it. Don't want to do it again. You know, that's why I said that rule. Don't make me be a boss.
Yeah, it's hard to draw that line. Like, I want to be your friend. We got to work together. So, you know, don't make me discipline you or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing with that is, you know, I don't want it to be awkward if something does happen, because I know their families for the most part.
Right.
You know? Timmy will work if he wants extra money for whatever reason, or Lou wants extra money for whatever reason. You know, hey, we're not open Saturdays, but we can certainly get work on Saturdays, because that's when people are off.
Yeah.
And every now and then it's, hey, who wants extra money or whatever, and we'll open up the shop for a couple hours and do some work on Saturdays. And you know, Timmy's wife comes in with him most of the time on Saturdays, and they hang out, or his daughters or whatever. And heck, Brandy will run the computer up front and get clients taken care of, and I'm not there. And you know, so that's where it's nice to have a work relationship with them that I do, where it's kind of like friends, because then their family feels welcome.
Right. Yeah.
Which you may I might get that from the fire department, because we always let families in the firehouse or whatever. But I like it being that way. I don't like it feeling like work when you come to work. So.
Right. Yeah. And are you involved a lot in the community doing different stuff?
I feel like we kind of go through our phases. I don't per se, I don't want to step on people's toes here. I don't per se get involved in what I consider like your old school Winchester stuff, like your Apple Blossom and things like that.
Right.
Do we do stuff? Yes. Do we do like, we go to most like your car shows around Apple Blossom, or we do vehicles for them, or people need raffle for them? Yes. I'm not real big on getting involved in Apple Blossom, because half the time I'm not there because of the firehouse. I'm working one of those days at least, if not two. But as far as schools go and things like that, we do basically, if a school, whether it's band or football or you name it, we try to donate to them. We try to give them sponsorships or whatever.
Right.
We don't have to cut it off at a certain limit, some years, but I try to be involved with the schools if we can in the sporting. We just don't necessarily put it out there. I don't like to use it for advertising per se, like we were talking earlier. Yes, it does get a sign on the wall or a sign on the baseball fence or whatever, but I don't use it necessarily for advertising. I just use it because sometimes these programs need it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but we're not, it sounds bad, we're not really involved with anything spectacular to throw at you though.
Right.
We just kind of, we tint windows, take care of cars, put some accessories on your trucks or whatnot, you know, take care of clients and go home and spend time with the family. And
there you go.
I should probably do a little bit more in the community if you want honesty, but we just haven't gotten that. I guess we just haven't gotten that opportunity. It's kind of like, let's do that, you know? So.
Yeah, only so much time in the day, right?
Yeah, that's another part of it, is there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah, you can't say yes to everything.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Unfortunately, not as much as I would like to say yes to everything we can't.
Right.
So.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming on today.
Of course.
If somebody wants to get their windows tinted, what's the best way?
So obviously everyone knows social media, Instagram, Facebook. You can message us on there. Email lo.co.tint@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or obviously phone 540-327-3328. Call it, text it. It is literally always monitored. I've answered the phone. Heck, I was scheduling a job for a lady's birthday at 10:30 p.m. the other night.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm awake, it's probably going to be answered, or Lou will answer it too, because he takes it home with him some days. But yeah, call, text, email, message. We're always looking for it. So
Right. Just don't call at 1 a.m. You'll have to fight the wife.
yeah, you might get her, but that'll be all right. Typically anymore with the kids, we're knocked out by that point. So
Right. You won't hear it till the morning.
yep, exactly.
Perfect. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yep.